This is not finished yet. Despite the fact that Johnny Depp's defamation lawsuit against his ex-wife Amber Heard was successful, their legal battle is far from over. She is 100% appealing on freedom of speech and is telling friends she is determined to take it all the way to the Supreme Court if she has to. A source had earlier reported in June 2022 after the verdict was announced, she is not able to comprehend that she lost. The insider added that while the Aquaman star has not yet filed the appeal, she is convinced that she will win. Depp, who was married to Heard from 2015 to 2017, sued her for defamation in relation to an opinion piece she published for The Washington Post in 2018. Heard acknowledged in her article that she had been the victim of domestic abuse, but she made no mention of the Pirates of the Caribbean actor in the piece. However, Johnny Depp claimed he lost out on roles including an upcoming Pirates movie and the Fantastic Beasts franchise due to Heard's allegations, and thus began the infamous trial that went for around 3 years. Fast forward to this year, the Virginia jury concerned with the trial favored Depp's side following a 2-month trial and gave the Kentucky native $5 million in punitive damages and $10 million in compensatory damages due to a Virginia state legislation that placed a cap on the maximum amount that could be granted. His punitive award was later reduced to $350,000. The Justice League actress was also given $2 million after the jury determined that Depp's lawyer had lied about her when he claimed that her claims of assault were untrue. The disappointment I feel today is beyond words, Heard said in a statement to us after the verdict was announced. I'm heartbroken that the mountain of evidence still was not enough to stand up to the disproportionate power, influence, and sway of my ex-husband. I'm even more disappointed with what this verdict means for other women. It is a setback. It sets back the clock to a time when a woman who spoke up and spoke out could be publicly shamed and humiliated. And in recent events, Heard's legal team filed an appeal in the defamation case. We believe the court made errors that prevented just and fair verdict consistent with the First Amendment. A spokesperson for the Texas native told, "We are therefore appealing the verdict. While we realize today's filing will ignite the Twitter bonfires, there are steps we need to take to ensure both fairness and justice." Immediately after the jury determined on June 1st that Heard had defamed Depp by posting an opinion piece in The Washington Post in which she identified herself as a public figure representing domestic abuse, reports Variety. The jury held the statement was false and was made with actual malice. We believe the court made errors that prevented a just and fair verdict consistent with the First Amendment, Heard's spokesperson said on Thursday. We are therefore appealing the verdict. While we realize today's filing will ignite the Twitter bonfires, there are steps we need to take to ensure both fairness and justice. The 2-paragraph notice does not spell out the grounds for Ms. Heard's appeal. Depp's representative responded by saying that his team is still sure the judgment will be upheld. The jury listened to the extensive evidence presented during the 6-week trial and came to a clear and unanimous verdict that the defendant herself defamed Mr. Depp in multiple instances. His spokesperson said, "We remain confident in our case and that this verdict will stand." The Virginia court had earlier this month denied Ms. Heard's request for a fresh trial in the defamation case. Judge Penny Ascarate rejected her attorney's plea to have the judgment granting Mr. Depp $10 million set aside and a mistrial declared. Heard had requested a new trial due to a case of mistaken identity involving one of the 7 jurors, who was actually his son rather than the guy who had been called for jury duty. This comes only weeks after Heard's sit-down with Savannah Guthrie, where she had said that to her dying day, she will stand by every word of her testimony. She also criticized the backlash she received on social media as the trial played out. "Even somebody who is sure I'm deserving of all this hate and vitriol, even if you think that I'm lying, you still couldn't tell me. Look me in the eye and tell me that you think on social media there has been a fair representation." Heard said, "You cannot tell me that you think that this has been fair. What are your opinions on this? Do you think Heard would be able to win the case this time around? Or do you think Depp would again stand victorious? Do let us know in the comment section below. If you liked the video, go ahead and hit the thumbs up. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Hollywood Pulse. Click the bell icon below to never miss an update from us. Stay tuned for more, and see you next time around.